And we are back. Your man Diamond K in here. The DiamondKShow.com, OnFireTelevision.com. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. This thing in Russia has gotten way past the out of control. It's way past now. Friends and family of the two-time Olympic gold medalist Brittney Griner are demanding that the basketball star be released. She has been detained since sometime in February on drug charges in Russia. Yeah, in Russia. You know, Nancy Pelosi during the Winter Olympics said a public message to athletes, U.S. athletes that were competing overseas, said, don't take this opportunity to speak out. Like, don't try to do anything extra. You are in another country. And, remember that. The freedoms that Americans are granted, they are not always, uh, uh, you know, um, they don't extend. They don't extend to other countries. So sometimes Americans feel like stuff that they did or do here in America, they can just do it overseas, and it's all good. So they have started this joint effort to try to get her released. The tensions have been escalating between America and Russia. So this could not come at a worse time. Could not come as a worse time. She could actually be used as a pawn in Putin's game. When I say game, I don't mean, and this is not for play. This is a real life game with real life consequences and repercussions. Griner is 31 years old. She is a championship winning player with the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury. Now, she spends, as a lot of athletes do, a lot of players do. She spends her off seasons playing for a Russian basketball team. She's been going to Russia, right? So my thing is assuming that these drugs, she actually had these drugs on her. Why? Why even try it? I don't get it. Like, you are not home. This is not America. When folks go to China, they got, folks do things in China. I think one guy took a poster down off the wall in China, was thrown in jail, and all this kind of stuff. And their jail's different from American jail. So the Russian Federal Customs Service said that an American at the airport was carrying hash oil. All right, carrying hash oil. And they do things a little bit different overseas. And I understand she's been traveling, and maybe she's been doing it for a long time. Maybe she's been sneaking this over back and forth or whatever. And this is the one time where they caught her. Not good. Not good. So they said that a U.S. citizen was passing through the Green Channel at the airport upon arriving from New York. A working dog with customs canine department detected the possible presence of a narcotic substance in the accompanying luggage. The customs inspection of the hand luggage being carried by the U.S. citizen confirmed the presence of vapes with the specifically smelling liquid. An expert determined that the liquid was cannabis oil, hash oil, which is a narcotic substance. So you got to smoke so bad that you are sneaking hash oil into Russia, right? You aren't going into LAX. You aren't going into ATL. Like, this is serious stuff. And this is going to create all kind of confusions. The New York Times was the first to report her arrest. Now, it is unclear exactly when she was detained at the airport, and her whereabouts are not clear. All right. This is what happens when you go to another country and you do stuff that maybe in America she might have, she might have been in and out, right? In and out of jail overnight, wouldn't have been nothing, been on social media the next morning talking about, you know what I mean? They Chinese can't hold me back, right? This is totally not the situation that she's in now. So her ordeal comes as the Russian invasion of Ukraine enters its second week, comes as U.S. and Western countries are trying to turn the screws on Russia, and then they get a high-profile prisoner. They really are a high-profile female prisoner. Oh, they are. Putin's licking his chops right now. What was she thinking? What was she thinking? More than 700 people have signed a secure Brittney Griner's swift and safe return to the U.S. petition. I don't know what that's going to exactly do, but they have a petition on change.org. You can sign that. It is steadily growing. Griner is a beloved global citizen, and she has used her platform since her entry into the WNBA to help others. Nice person, and I feel for her and her family. She was in Russia to work, right? And she helped the team in 2021 win its fifth Euro League Women Championships, right? The women, excuse me, the EuroLeague Women's Championship is fifth one. So the team that she plays for in Russia, they get busy, right? They get busy. Now, female players work overseas because they say, like many athletes competing in the WNBA, she plays abroad because the WNBA's salary is, a lot higher in other countries. All right, so she's doing it for the money. I get it. But you do got to go by the rules, okay? Like, you know what I mean? You got to understand that offenses are serious. Now, because she's working overseas, because she can get paid more money, that doesn't mean that you can slip hash oil through and it's going to be all good. This is another country. They move by a different set of rules. All right, different set of rules. So for WNBA players, that means playing abroad, while NBA rookies who haven't played a professional game yet are handed salaries many times higher than what a title-winning all-star designated WNBA veteran could ever hope for. This is what the petition says. All right, so they're painting this picture like she doesn't make hardly any money, and a male rookie, who hasn't even played yet can make more money than her, so she has to play overseas. But what does that have to do with her trying to sneak hash oil in Russia when they're at war and America is turning the screws on? What does it have to do with that? Nothing. Yeah, I want her to come home. I do. But this is also about a pattern of behavior. You can't just do anything you want without understanding that there are going to be repercussions. My father used to tell me this all the time. I would say, can I stay out, at a certain time, right? As a kid, right? Father said, curfew is 11 o'clock. You need to be in here by 11 o'clock. And I'm like, Dad, the party's not even going to get started until, really get moving until 11 o'clock. And I got to come home. And my father said, what? You don't have to come home at curfew. I was, what? I don't? No, I mean, you could do what you want to do. You just got to be prepared to deal with the consequences that are going to face you when you don't get in here by the time I said you need to be here. You could do what you want. Brittney can do what she wants. I understand she doesn't get paid as much as some athletes, but let's understand this. She ain't broke, right? But she wants to make more money, and she should. and the opportunities out there, go take it. But she should not be trying to sneak cannabis oil in her carry-on in Russia during a war. And Russia is the only country that they're probably madder at than Ukraine is America right now. You wouldn't have somebody from Ukraine trying to sneak. That's what I'm saying. Do I sound crazy or something? Or is this action just not thinking? She's a veteran player, right? So she should be old enough to understand this ain't how she's supposed to move. And maybe she was moving this way before and all along, and they was like, all right, cool. But now, not cool, because they're going to use her as a pawn. Use her as a pawn. So in the change.org page, it paints this picture like, these realities are not the fault of the players. No. Players are victims. They simply want to be paid their worth like their male counterparts. They don't deserve to be entangled in geopolitical turmoil. Why do you have the drugs on you? Oh, well, she doesn't get paid. What does it have to do with anything? So many times in the history of this country, we are involved in some type of geopolitical mess. And, have hostages involved. It's just like, don't just give the country the hostages so easily. Don't make yourself just an easy pawn for a war criminal dictator like Putin. Her future right now is uncertain. She is married. Sherelle Griner posted a picture of her and her wife on IG over the weekend. She thanked those who have been praying, thanked those who have been reaching out in support of her wife and calling for her safe return. I love my wife wholeheartedly. So this message comes during one of the weakest moments in my life, she said. I understand that many of you have grown to love BG over the years and have concerns and want details. Please honor our privacy as we continue to work on getting my wife home safely. Her fate remains unclear, but I do understand this. She may not do this again. if she's able to get past this, I don't think she's going to be sneaking any hash oil into foreign countries, dictators. Whenever a U.S. citizen is arrested overseas, we stand ready to provide all appropriate services, spokesperson said. And a spokesperson for the U.S. State Department said that the agency is aware of reports of a U.S. citizen arrested in Moscow. That's all they wanted to say about that. And like I said, she's been playing for this Russian team since 2015. Now, with that being said, since 2015, if she is carrying hash oil over to Russia during this war, she's done this before. Yep, she's done this before. And she just got real lackadaisical with it. She was able to sneak over the hash oil before and decided to try it again, more than likely. More than likely. Two-time medalist with Team USA. A decorated player. WNBA says that she has its full support, adding that its main priority is her swift and safe return to the U.S. Her U.S. team, the Phoenix Mercury, said that it is closely monitoring the situation in Russia, and they remain in constant contact with her family. We love and support Brittney, and at this time, our main concern is her safety, physical and mental health, and her safe return home. I hope that she gets home. I hope that she learns a lesson, and I hope that all athletes and citizens of this country have learned a valuable lesson. This is not a game. Those that travel overseas, especially to countries with, you know, uh, just non-democratic countries, you do this at your own risk. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Damn. Two-time Olympic gold medalist Brittney Griner arrested in Russia on drug charges because she tried to sneak some cannabis oil into Russia during a war with Russia, and Russia is feeling the effects of our sanctions right now. How smart was that? We want her to come home, but at the same time, we need to correct this mentality that some Americans seem to have. The conversation needs to be had. I understand saying, don't talk about it now. We need to get her safely home. We need to do both. We need to correct this mentality so we don't have other athletes, other citizens of this country in this situation, right? You can't control when, they just rush somewhere and take hostages, right? But this ain't that situation. She knowingly and willingly walked into the belly of the beast trying to sneak in narcotics in this country. And just because we can do this here with little to no repercussions does not mean that doing it in Russia is a good idea. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, of course, on Fire Television, thediamondkshow.com. Anywhere you get your podcasts, just search The Diamond K Show. I will be back later on today, and we are monitoring this situation. Hopefully, we have a good